Welcome to Friday. I'm Tim. This is my stream of my workouts. Doing a body transformation this year. The goal of this body transformation is to obviously get in better shape. But what sets it apart is that I'm not taking any sort of supplements. So, no proteins like shakes, protein powders, no BCAAs, no creatine, nothing extra. Just trying to get all of my nutrients from the food that I eat. I'm not opposed to supplements. I just wanted to see what it's like to go without them. I take them for a long time, and I was probably a good opportunity to step away from them and see how much do I really need them, and how much do I need to actually rely on them. So, um, outside of that, secondary reason is that one of my kids started preschool, which is expensive. So cutting out supplements saved me an extra $100 a month. That's $1,200 a year. And in this economy, every little bit helps. It's crazy because that becomes more and more beneficial. As time goes on, like my kids keep getting bigger, and man, they can really start to eat a lot more. And I don't know, it's like the last few months, those grocery bills seem to really add up. So cutting out supplements has definitely financially helped. Um, so yeah, there's that. Today we're gonna be doing some uh, back work. Gonna be doing some deadlifting, some back rows. I'm not 100% sure how much of the deadlifting I'm gonna do. I hurt my back 2 weeks ago. Um, and so I'm just gonna be taking it really slow. Still, I did do squats on Wednesday, and I didn't really have any problems then, but I'm just weary because deadlifting's how I hurt my back. So I just want to take it nice and slow, warm up, and see how I feel about it. So yeah, I just see how it goes. All right. Um, Start with just stretching a little bit though. My body is a little bit sore from leg day still. And some mornings I wake up and I don't know, allergies or something will get me a little bit, but I'll be getting ready to come out here and we'll start like sneezing at some point. And I feel so bad because I'm the only one that's awake right now, or I'm the only one that's supposed to be awake. So if I'm sneezing, I'm gonna be a loud sneezer as much as I try to suppress it. And it's so bad waking up my wife and kids. Thankfully, no, at least my kids didn't wake up. My wife might have woken up. All right. I'm going really slow. And just the whole point of that is to just be very, very mindful of the whole thing. Make sure everything lines up correctly. I don't want to make it worse. It's slow and somewhat tedious, but I just can't hurt myself right now. I mean, I'll tell you, um, I've talked about like my kids and when we go out and dealing with other kids and other parents, and we go to this like children's museum. My kids play, and it's like it can be really frustrating because like I take my kids like actions towards other kids like serious, and if my kid is not being nice or doing something wrong, like I correct it. I'm an active parent. I don't just watch bad things. I don't watch my kids have bad behavior and not say anything to them. And I make them apologize if they've hurt somebody or pushed somebody. And that's important. And then there's, other parents that don't really do that. And it's very frustrating when they're not actively stopping their child from hurting yours. And but yesterday there was one kid that was like bigger, and they went over and like my kid was playing with. There's like this doctor room where you can act like you're a doctor and stuff. And one of them went over and like pushed, kind of like ease, didn't push hard, but like got out in my kid's way from playing, and was taking over this hospital bed. And it was really frustrating because they were like bigger and they should know better. And so I started to say like, hey, like my kid's playing here and trying to. It's hard when you're trying to correct somebody else's child, but you also it's important because I don't want my kid to think that it's okay for someone to push them around. And so I was doing that, and thankfully, like for the first time, like that their parent, who I'm assuming was their grandpa because he was much older, got involved and asked what happened. I explained it to him, and he was like right on it, like with his granddaughter, and it was huge. It was nice. It was nice to see, and it was good to see. It reminded me of how things were when I was a kid, as far as parents correcting their children and just not letting their kids run rampant. And and everything was better. And it was better because he corrected his granddaughter, and they went, they ended up all playing together, and everything was fine. Like it was a much better experience for everyone than just letting the one child do whatever they wanted. So it was nice. It was nice to see. I was very I was very frustrated. This is the second time that day that somebody was like being aggressive with my kids, and like the first time the parent didn't really like say anything or engage, and my kid worked it out, which was fine, and especially because my kid could have hurt this other kid and mopped the floor with them. So I was glad that my kid was able to work it out. It would have been nice if the first parent had, engaged with their child and corrected their child's behavior. The last thing I want is for my child to, hit somebody else's kid, even if the other kid's asking for it. I'd rather that not be something that my child learns.